Hello guys, welcome to an next video, new video. So today is Monday and we're going to be discussing how Bitcoin closed this new weekly candle. So as you guys may remember, last week we had this red candle, and I was warning that this could be confirmation of this rejection from upward legacy trend line, which is being holding Bitcoin for the past 3 cycles, and I was raising the concern that Bitcoin rejecting this upward trend line is a major issue for during this bear market, as Bitcoin could actually lose the momentum or lose the ability to continue to hold our 59,000 level of support. So the 59,000 level in the middle of this downward channel is what actually holding Bitcoin at the moment. So we have a break of this major upward trend line, legacy trend line, and what is holding Bitcoin at the moment is our 59,000 level in the middle of this downward channel. So you can see why this week managed to push all the way up again. So basically, this week at a close around $64,000, which is good. So maybe basically Bitcoin managed to recover all the losses from last week, and is fighting for an opportunity to actually having the last chance to recover this legacy trend line. So during this week, I'm expecting I want to see if Bitcoin is able to push this week and close this weekly candle above this upward trend line. So having this close above this trend line means that Bitcoin would be mimicking what happened to gold. You can see what happened to gold. So gold was breaking this 20-year legacy trend line, which is even bigger than Bitcoin. And you can see that not always, I think this is kind of this scared a lot of investors. Let's say gold moving sideways and enter the bear market, moving sideways and breaking this legacy trend line uh, could be a sign of could have been something that would put a lot of investors off and predicting lower levels, like would be understandable. But you can see that the gold stayed below this trend line for approximately, let's say, since it broke until it recovered, 7 weeks. So 7 weeks, basically scared a lot of investors, and then continued holding this level of support. You can see another retest, perfect retest, and then the rest was history, reaching the 5,000 level. So this is just to tell you guys to pay attention that I see this similarity with Bitcoin. This trend line is a very strong support level for Bitcoin for the last 3 cycles, including this one. And you can see the similarity, and although Bitcoin is below this level this is the 10th week, a little bit over compared to gold, but it's still, I think it's very important to keep this in mind and see if we get any weekly candle above this level. It could be a sign of recovery. It could be a sign that Bitcoin was able to hold our 59,000 as support in the middle of this channel, and most likely wouldn't be able to come back and retest 46,000 level and 29,000 level or 36,000 level. So with this scenario in mind, although we were planning to see if this pattern um, would be confirmed, or if this could happen for Bitcoin to come all the way down during this bear market. But having a recovery above this level means that Bitcoin has the possibility to retest the top of this downward channel, you know. So having a close above this trend line would allow Bitcoin to go and retest our 77,000 level or a little bit over, which would coincide with the top of this upward channel. And this could be not, it wouldn't represent that Bitcoin is out of this channel yet, but it could be a retest of the top of this downward channel. And this could count as a second touch, because you can see that this downward channel is not 100% guarantee, because we are missing some touch point. And having Bitcoin recovering to retest the top of this upward downward channel wouldn't be as bullish if we had to then roll over and lose this trend line again to come and retest lower levels. So I know a lot of people are bearish now, but there is a possibility for Bitcoin to retest 77,000 level or the top of this downward channel and still be in a bear market. Although I think holding this legacy trend line like gold did could also represent a bullish recovery or the end of the bear market. And this is going to be discussed with the ratio. After we look at the ratio, with the move to 77,000 level, would put the Bitcoin ratio, I'm going to show you guys right now. With the move to 77,000 level, you can see that the ratio would most likely cross this upward trend line. It would cross the upward trend line to the downside, which would represent a confirmation that the bottom is in. You can see the RSI is always very close, is as well very close to this upward trend line. So a move to 77,000 would be bullish and could represent a reversal or a beginning of the bull market, and the bottom would be in. And that's why I think with Bitcoin being able to break this level and go into 77,000, it would give him a very strong signal after looking at this ratio and seeing this ratio crossing to the downside. And as you guys can see, I just extended this channel again. You can see the last time this channel, Bitcoin was inside this channel, was around 2015. And if I just extended it, and you can see that this is the second time Bitcoin is the ratio is touching the bottom of this channel. So we are in a very critical level right now. You can see this is the second touch. You can see the other side is very close. We can call this a double bottom for Bitcoin. I know I'm considering a bottom within 3 cycles. And you can see the top in 2017 was the only touch that I can have in this chart. And Bitcoin never touched the bottom of this chart, this channel again. The previous bull market, you can see that we couldn't touch the bottom, and with this one included, We didn't even, reach the middle. This could, it could mean that Bitcoin had to go to retest the bottom of this channel before Bitcoin can actually come to retest the bottom of this channel again. So we have two bottoms retesting the bottom of this downward channel, and with the possibility two missed touch, and this is the only one. And I can see like we missed the top, we get the bottom, we get the top, we miss the bottom, and it's very likely that because we missed the top and the bottom, and we had to come retest this level. And I believe the next bull market for Bitcoin could be something huge and could actually put Bitcoin, or could put this ratio retesting the bottom, the bottom of this downward channel to represent the second touch for Bitcoin. I don't know if this is going to happen, but if we respect the bottom of this channel, this could well be one. Most people expected Bitcoin to be over 100,000 or 200,000 or $300,000. This could be the beginning of this theory. This could be the beginning of this theory, as the ratio just so far touched the bottom of the top of this channel for the first time since 2015. So you can also see that the DXY is still silver, which is good. I told you last week that I would be concerned to see silver turning into red again. And if silver turn into red again, I wouldn't expect Bitcoin to, I would be expecting Bitcoin to consolidate the way it consolidated now. But of course, with the weakness in the DXY, we would likely see Bitcoin retesting or breaking this resistance level in order to go and retest the 77,000 level. And the bearish on the DXY would allow Bitcoin to be bullish, and being bullish and retesting this level would allow Bitcoin to actually reverse this thing, getting rejected and start coming down again to start the bull market. Crypto fear and greed index, you can see we have resistance around 33. I believe with a move, if Bitcoin moves and break this trend line to the upside, or go to the test 77,000 and the top of this downward channel, we would see fear above 33. In this case, we would see fear above 33, and with the potential to come and retest the 47 and 50, which is neutral, which would be preparing for Bitcoin to break this or hold support. With the possibility of the sentiment become neutral, is where the market would be sitting down and trying to understand if this is a breakout or if it's just a fail dead cat bounce, and then it would resume to extreme fear again. So if we see sentiment breaking the 33 and retesting 50, this would put Bitcoin at 77,000 level, retesting the top of this downward channel. So in my opinion, it looks bullish. This week is holding accordingly. I would be concerned to see if Bitcoin wasn't able to actually recover this week and start retesting 59,000 level again, this could put a lot of pressure on the price, and then we would see a break on the follow. We would see a follow through for the next week or so, and seeing Bitcoin coming to the test 46,000 level or 36,000 level, and this could represent an opportunity to buy Bitcoin exactly at the bottom of this channel, and this would be likely to we would see the silver, the DXY, is on week 9 at the moment, and this week 9, of course, we need week 23 to confirm. So I would see, let's say, week 23 would put November, having Bitcoin breaking it down and come all the way down to then recover from here and start moving upward. Otherwise, with this hold, we can consider that Bitcoin is very close to do the opposite move. That's why we need to pay attention and see if you're going to break to the downside and wait until November. Then you would have an opportunity to buy Bitcoin at the lows, and then we're going to be recovering at the end of this year, trying to come out of this channel. Otherwise, it could be a surprise move. It could mean that the 59,000 level could hold, and breaking this upward trend line is a sign that Bitcoin could, and that 59,000 level could be the bottom for Bitcoin during this bear market. And this is what I think at the moment, and we're gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen next. So this is that's the update for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing this video with a friend and family. And I will see you next week. Bye.